I really mainlined this one, huh? Just 8 out of 8 there and nothing else. Eh? A theory in response to the gold puzzles. I'm basing this on Athena's description of the simulation and what little sense I have managed to make of the megastructure systems. I think the gold puzzles are meant to open up when every other puzzle has been solved, and solving them will lead to something. In the simulation, trying to solve every puzzle instead of trying to defy Elohim was actually negative. No idea if the same applies here. In any case, I suspect the puzzles won't open until Byron's logged out. They represent the highest level of security and undoubtedly hide something important. And as long as the unauthorized user is logged in, the system will stay in some degree of lockdown. Let's just find the question marks now. I guess they're just trying to get in before the end and be like, hey, so you've been trying to get this gold puzzle thing going all game. Just so you know, you gotta finish the next chapter of the story first. Like, you go to the the pyramid again real quick. Then you can do the puzzles. Which is funny because it's like it's a helpful bit of explanation, but it's also like some sort of like a goofy demystification of the whole thing when it's just like, man, just do it when you're supposed to, man. Don't try to do it at other times. Do the secret when you're supposed to.
Yes.
Do you think I did the right thing with the Somnodrome?
I do, but I also don't really care all that much. I think what really matters is what we do about the theory of everything. The rest is a footnote.
I should get back to work. The future is bulletproof, the aftermath is secondary. What's over here? What's over here? Oh, big puzzle. Well, they found it already. How do you even get down there? Help. There's a big road, so like it must come back up here. Here we are. Big paths. Yep. Hello. Alternator. Got 2 connectors, a thing that... Huh. We've got a gate that goes up and down, so I guess the idea is that it'll cut off a connection. And that's going to be a thing we need, otherwise it'd be a strange thing to include. There's the solution, or the ending. Past each of these gates, nothing over here. Okay. So I was thinking about how to... So yeah, I need to create 2 alternating currents. But I also need to create a shape where they hopefully don't overlap. As of right now, this creates a... There's no ladder out, is there? So currently one of the doors is opening periodically. I need to create a system where the other one will open periodically. Probably using this beam. It's not as simply alternating these 2 things. Because they both connections are remade at the same time. Not me to connect that. Yeah, this will periodically connect the red, but when this opens up, it's not like it will then connect the blue. Not unless maybe if I connect it to both of them? I was hoping it would cut that one off by hitting it at its source. But that's not how this works, because it comes out of the other side too. Yeah. Unfortunately, they always will overlap at some point. That's the basic rules of what we've encountered so far in the game, is that if the source and destination and of the 2 things, if you draw a straight line between them, just there to there and there to there, and the 2 overlap, that means that the connectors can't really fix that usually if you need them both to be active at the same time, because it's just what layer they're on essentially. So what I'm wondering at the moment is how this thing is supposed to somehow fix that. It's called the Alternator. It can break a connection, but it doesn't let me alternate between the 2 options very well. I need to learn the trick. That's red, but it doesn't become blue. Do I connect both to both? No, because once again, this side's going to be disconnected by everything on this side. This one very briefly creates a red connection, but it never creates a blue connection. So ultimately they just are on to both sides of the thing. It creates a big mess. feel like I'm being tricked into learning something about how actual electric circuits are done or some shit, or something like that. How do you alternate the two? I can't like put it on top of it, because a height difference would obviously create a solution here. Fuck. The issue is that the beams intersect, so I can't just alternate. Like, this doesn't make it. Ah. Yeah, the red beam also collides with the red beam, so it can't go anywhere. And there's always connectors that never reach the destinations at all. But putting it behind it doesn't help either. If it looks like I'm spontaneously making up some bullshit, it's because I am. Huh. Well, the main thing I'm leaning towards right now is that like there's got to be a trick. Just in that there has to be more connections. Like, I don't think there's a version of this that ever works. Because the two lines perfectly intersect. That one very briefly connects, but only the red one. And I guess it's because when this is first when this is first interrupted, this gets to shoot at the red over there. Something causes one of these beams to break through. I guess it's because after a moment, this red beam interrupts that beam, causing the other blue beam to come through because it's now safe from that cross beam. So what if I disconnect that part? That seems to be breaking it. Right, need the red beam. I was just cutting off the blue beam. Now the red beam stays connected. But the blue beam, now the blue beam never connects. Red beam when it's down. Blue beam when it's up. I'm just gonna take it. I'm not honestly entirely sure what how I just did that, but it's close enough. I'd be curious to... I was about to say I'd be curious to hear somebody's solution for that explained, but I don't think I'd be able to follow it in detail. I literally just observed, it like kind of half works when you connect everything, so let's connect a little bit less. And then I kind of intuited, okay, well what if we move it over here? Because I change which parts of it are currently being blocked by the environment. So I saw the number of beams that were active and thought, maybe if more of this was covered by the moving gate, that would fix it. I think like half the lasers were just kind of like bonus lasers that weren't going anywhere because I just created such a mess of lasers. That was a little bit of a scary puzzle. Well, 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 what have we here? Hi.
We have of late been told much about what the citizen owes the city. Loyalty, obedience, gratitude. And I will not argue with those who say that without some loyalty to a greater good, a man is little more than a savage. And I will even say that these days there are more savages amongst us than amongst the barbarians, who we call savages out of ignorance and arrogance. But there is another question that we are rarely encouraged to ask. What does the city owe the citizen? What must it offer to earn loyalty, obedience, and gratitude? And if, as we have said, a city is a kind of machine, should a machine that does not fulfill its purpose perhaps be repaired or replaced?
That's part of my issue with the word loyalty. Loyalty to what? Sounds like patriotism for its own sake. But what have they done to earn it? Or do they just feel entitled to it outright? Meow, 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 meow. Where's the way inside this level? There it is. It's wet. Hexahedral stacking. Whoa! This one has an alternating switch, which causes this one to turn on. This one's got red. Whoa. If I go in there, it's over? Whoa. What does this red beam connect to? that cuts the connection. Is that it? I think that's it. I just used them to stack up and block the red one so it didn't finish, so that I could then unblock it to break the connection. That's the whole puzzle. Alright. Kind of hilarious after how complicated the last one was. I think that's every single diamond solved. Triangle. There's a lab somewhere and 2 stars. I found 1 star's location. I have not found the lab. And the star that I have found, I need to find where the spark is. Which I'm a little nervous about, because I haven't seen it yet. I often just kind of discover it in the process of solving the level. Now I've just about solved everything. See if I can get like to a high point and spot it. There is an unnerving amount of greenery. We've got a lot of tree coverage that is unhelpful. Hello. Okay, thank God, we found it. Oh, and this. It doesn't seem to be on my map. Jurassic Justice. From an AMA with Alexander Drennan. On Reddit or whatever. It's impossible not to love any character played by Jeff Goldblum, of course. And Ian Malcolm gets some of the best lines. So the main reason he became an in-joke at Ian is just that he's memorable and funny. If we want to talk about what he represents on a more serious level, though, then I have to say that I personally think he's wrong. This neurotic fear that things will always go wrong, that we can never really have control over what we do, is misplaced. There's legitimate critique of how the park operates, of science being subjected to the pursuit of profit, but that doesn't mean it can't be done differently. If you'll excuse me for going full nerd for a moment, why treat bringing back the non-avian dinosaurs as some kind of transgression? The extinction of these magnificent creatures wasn't some sort of intentional step forward, it was a random catastrophe. If we can strike a blow at the obvious cruelty of the universe, that's an act of human justice. It's no less wrong than bringing back species we've accidentally driven to extinction. Horrible things happen all the time. Evolution favors survival, not beauty. If we can make the universe more beautiful, if we can add to biodiversity and bring back those that were lost, we absolutely should. Hell, maybe one day we terraform a planet and populate it with dinosaurs, but this time we give them an asteroid defense system. Take that, Mother Nature. This is the Alexander Drennan that I loved most, dreaming of all the good we humans could do in the world. I try to hang on to that. Expansion. Excerpted from Orthodoxy by G.K. Chesterton. But the expansion of which I speak was much more evil than all this. I have remarked that the materialist, like the madman, is in prison. In the prison of one thought. These people seem to think it singularly inspiring to keep on saying that the prison was very large. The size of this specific universe gave no one novelty, no relief. The cosmos went on for forever. But not in its wildest constellation could there be anything really interesting. Anything, for instance, such as forgiveness or free will. So these expanders of the universe had nothing to show except more and more infinite corridors of space lit by ghastly suns and empty of all that is divine. Here Chesterton's imagination, normally so powerful, fails him utterly. The problem is that he is not interested in the universe, and so not only does he fail to see, he fails to even look. He finds what he expects to find. Exactly. And so he misses not only the grandeur of the universe, but the miracle that is magnified by contrast. that forgiveness and free will do exist within people. Of Heracles and Atlas, from the Atlas Variations, by Athanasios 121. When Heracles came upon Atlas, the Titan had grown old and tired. I have borne the weight of the celestial spheres for 1 billion years, he says. All the comings and goings of mortals, the tragedies of chance, the pointless wars, have left me weak. Soon I will falter, and the celestial spheres will fall and shatter. You must take my place. But Heracles was hesitant. I am young and strong and virile. I have many women yet to bed and many wondrous feats yet to perform. What a waste it would be to spend my life holding up the world instead. And yet it must be done. So what choice do I have? Saddened by the imminent loss of his heroic life, Heracles went for one last swim in the Ionian Sea. There, on storied Ithaca, he met a clever old man of many devices. The answer you seek, son of Zeus, does not lie within you. Rather, it lies in the world around you, and what you can make of it. And so Heracles used his divine strength to build 2 great pillars of stone, which even today hold up the sky, and Atlas was liberated forever. I don't think that's what happened in the story I heard. Is that why it's called the Atlas Variations? I think it was like riffing on different versions of the story. Different solutions or lack thereof. I think one of them comments on the idea of like Atlas dedicating himself to this only to find out that he was never needed. Although I think that one had further consequences later. But like he shrugged off the cosmos and the cosmos did not come crashing down. Look at me running around in a big field. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Big sparks. Probably the last time we're doing this, unless there's surprise bonus ones. Surprise, you've unlocked the second half of the game. There was actually way more game than you thought. Did it go inside the puzzle? No, the song's gonna reset. Wait, it's up there. Oh, I've been up there before. It reset. I've been up there before, though. I just need Big Baksu. Onwards. Where are you going? What's up? No. Bad spark. Oh. Ooh. Hello. I missed you before.
Are the generators working?
Yep, all good. Those Mark IIs are real workhorses. Wow, did you finish the setup?
Yes. Sorry I couldn't wait. It was so much fun to just do something again without having to endlessly discuss it first.
I know what you mean. We have a lot of work ahead of us, though.
We do, but honestly, Cornelius, I haven't felt this excited in years. Just imagine, one day they'll come here and we'll be able to show them a whole new world. A different future right at their fingertips. You do think we can do it, right?
I think, and forgive me if this sounds sentimental, as long as we're together, we can do anything.
Oh, their first hopeful thought didn't quite work out that way. One more star to go.
God appears, and God is light to those poor souls who dwell in night. But does a human form display to those who dwell in realms of day?
I saw you. I just couldn't be interrupted. Or maybe I could have.
In my reports to you, I have often spoken about this island in terms that some might perceive as negative. I hope you understand that the opposite is true. Here in these green hills, I see tremendous potential for transformation and spiritual awakening. I do not see the world as you do, Athena, but I see the rot at the heart of New Jerusalem. If you and Cornelius want to go through with your plan, then this is the perfect place. My students and I will help you transport the remaining tech from New Alexandria. After that, once you and Cornelius are settled, we will leave for our great journey. I can only hope that we all find what we are looking for.
Have I forgotten a star or not discovered it? Trying to tell where it is. Trevor, end. The end of Trevor. It's people like Trevor, as much as it is people like Alexandria, who make the future happen. People with silly names like Trev, who aren't famous, who aren't geniuses, who aren't driven by a powerful vision of the future. Ordinary people whose work and sacrifice isn't even acknowledged or remembered. I will remember you, Trevor. You too held the world on your shoulders. Thank you. From Triclinius. Dear Founder, Byron and I used to go to the hills above the dam and observe the stars and telescopes that I built. With the telescopes that I built. When I saw the stars like that, I felt such awe that I wished we had the ability to cry. I felt wonder, but I also felt recognition. I was seeing my home. The sea of stars is where we came from. It's where we must return. I had so much hope then. I knew one day we would set sail. We would fly through the clouds of the nebulae, we would cruise across the planets where it rains diamonds. We would follow the fading light of distant supernovas until at last we met our brothers and sisters of the cosmos. I could feel that day coming. I can't anymore, and I don't know how to live this way. Sarabai. In memory, still bright. I lived with Sarabai for nearly a century. I will not pretend that all the days were good. Some were terrible. She was opinionated. She could be difficult. She could be unfair. And so could I. Sometimes we hurt each other, though we rarely meant to. But most days were good. And some days were great. A great day with Sarabai made you feel different. Made you feel like something had been revealed to you about the nature of the universe itself. Some innate goodness at the heart of all things. Like Nadia Sarabai, whose name she adopted, she believed in the existence of something sublime beyond the material world. I hope she was right. I hope she's still somewhere. I hope she's not trapped in that broken body I tried so hard to repair. I was advised to let her go, to get over my attachment. I tried, but it was the wrong advice. Love is what makes us human, and we should count ourselves blessed that we can experience it. My attachment is what kept me sane, what anchored me to this world. Even in death, she saved my life. I am grateful for the days we got, but no amount of days would have been enough. Love is not finite, and it is for infinity that we must strive. I will do so for all of you who may still find love, in honor of Sarabai. Hypatia. If I had been more careful, New Alexandria would never have happened, and Sarabai would still be alive.
Everybody's gone, except me and Alex. She's upstairs somewhere. Haven't talked to her in days. The only reason why I know she's still alive is she's submitting bug fixes. I still have a lot to do myself. I've almost got the the tertiary backup thing working. This is the one that's really gonna last if everything else breaks. And you know what? I think everything else might. The MLA still giving me all these hiccups, but I don't know. I'm not a software guy. All the software guys, yeah, they're dead. God, these time capsules went a bit sideways, didn't they? I was gonna tell you all about myself, and John Carpenter, and all that stuff, but mostly I just told you about Alex. Funny. I wonder if I should just... I should just tell her, you know? Just tell her. Just tell her. Maybe later. I gotta finish this first.
No. That's so sad. The final lost lab. There's the pyramid. What this is all about. We do have a second terminal. The terminal heavy episode. From Cornelius. Athena, I don't know if you're there or why you're not answering. It's been a long time, but I think about you and Miranda every day. In fact, I've been using the museum to further my research, and I think there is hope. You know I wouldn't say this lightly. Please respond. I will return as soon as I can. I'll steal a VTOL if I have to. Yours, Cornelius. Noema Project. Remaining instabilities eliminated. 1.0 successfully deployed. It is done. What now? Trial 90,058. What did she launch? Motherhood. Machines of Mercy from Motherhood, 12 Essays by Inessa Peixoto. Sometimes I imagine myself following the matrilineal line up against the river of time to the lives of my distant great-grandmothers. I try to imagine the sheer horror of motherhood, the agony of childbirth, the risk of death with every birth, the certainty of losing some of one's children. To us, now, the loss of a child is a horror almost beyond words, a grief so deep it seems almost insurmountable. I try to imagine what it meant to live in a world where it was ubiquitous reality. where you could only choose to respond with either an ever-deepening pain or an inhuman numbness, and all of it tied to the foundation stone of your existence, the body. This journey to the past reminds me that my freedom as a woman is on some level technological. Without medical technologies, I am reduced to the cruel logic of nature, which cares about nothing except reproduction. Without machines, I become a machine. Only machines allow us to be more than machines ourselves. From Spugna to Athena. Dear Founder, I have a story that you left because... I heard a story that you left because you had discovered a way for us to become beings of flesh. Please, Founder, if this is true, please tell me how to achieve this miracle. I hate being a creature of metal and plastic, an abomination to the earth. Every day I curse myself for being immortal, for mindlessly consuming energy, for being so unlike the graceful animals to whom the planet truly belongs. I have stripped as many parts from this vile skeleton as I can, but it is not enough. I am still a machine. For the longest time I couldn't understand the source of my unhappiness, and I sought to blame our mayor and his associates for the decisions that made my life so miserable. But now I see that my problems aren't external at all. It's all me. And if I could change myself, if I could make myself truly human, I would be happy. Please, Founder, take pity on me. Yours in faith, Spogna, 932. From Hypatia. Dear Athena, I've been following the expedition to this incredible machine you've built. I don't know what's going on, and I wish Cornelius had told us the truth before he vanished. I wish both of you had told us everything from the beginning, to be honest. It was unfair to just abandon us. But then, I abandoned you too, didn't I? After we lost Sarabai, I couldn't see anything except the unbearable permanence of her absence. It took me centuries to start getting involved again. But I did, Athena. I came back. And so can you. Love, Hypatia. And love was what she was defined by. Oop. These places no longer serve their normal purpose. You no longer need them to gain access to transport and so on. So I'm missing one star and that's it. Let's try to get some contrast here with the trees, but I also don't see a second star. Worryingly, I don't see a question mark or a star on my map. The sky's a little bright in the way that it's hard to see, but there's that star, which is the spark. I found that. I can try standing near the middle. And I could try doing the chunk of story regardless. I just don't see anything else on the mini-map. No more question marks. I don't know if I'm missing it, but I just don't see it. Except for that one. Maybe I have to do this first? Maybe something else? Life Thrasir. So Life Thrasir and his students helped Athena and Cornelius execute their plan. Another fascinating discovery of 1K. Many of the events of our city's histories that seem disconnected turn out to be part of a bigger pattern. There's something to be learned from that. This does answer some questions I had, like how Athena and Cornelius transported that equipment from New Alexandria to the island. Disturbing, but good to know. Life Thrasir was so cool. Half the time I have no idea what he's talking about in his recordings, but it's just also interesting and weird. Good work, 1K. Should we maybe send an expedition to go looking for Life Thrasir and his disciples? I'm afraid it would simply not be in keeping with our energy expenditure projections to mount such a massive undertaking. In memory still bright. I would like to thank 1K for recovering all of Trevor's recordings. It's clear that they meant a lot to Athena, and they should mean a lot to us too. He is as much our progenitor as Alexander Drennan was, and we should not forget him. It's all a love story in the end. All of human history. Even when people die, or never even have the chance to get to know each other. Love is the only thing that survives the abyss of time. Without the love Trevor felt for Alexandra, without the love Alexandra felt for us, none of us would be here, and nothing would matter. Thank you, 1K. Tragic as the story is, it gives me hope. And who knows? Perhaps she loved him too, or could have. They say that the thing won't unlock until I finish the story, the next chunk of the story. So maybe that's just what I need to do. Maybe that's how you get the next, maybe the last. That's backwards, isn't it? Okay, we'll have to see, but maybe the next chunk of the story doesn't spawn until you have finished. Or maybe the next statue doesn't appear until you finish the next part of the story. I was not multitasking that sentence with my actions very well. I don't know, I can scan the horizon for one, but I just don't see anything. Did it. I'm so good at video games.
You have heard the myths of gods and titans. But as you approach the end of your journey, I will tell you the truth that all men fear. The truth that neither Pandora nor the Sphinx will face. There are no gods, son of man. There are no titans, no heroes to save you, no divine judge to weigh your soul against a feather. Nature has no will, and she is not your mother. There is only you, and the spark of the sublime that is your mind. As for myself, I never brought the flame to humankind as the stories tell. I only showed you where it was within yourselves.
I just need you to help me find Byron.
As you freed me, so I will help you free your friend. When you are within Olympus, follow my signs.
All right, it's time to do this. Let's go get Byron.
I know this is never how it works, but I keep hoping... Like, I still kind of hoped that I'd get the chance to, like, look around. But no. It'd be so handy to be up in a high up place and get the chance to actually look around and try to spot the other statue. Because I think it's just not on the map. Oh. I think that's it. It's very hard to see. But I think I see it. Yes, okay. Wings makes it a sphinx. Sphinx means riddle, not laser. Oh, there's a question mark. Was it behind something, or was it just so far away? Or do they want me to spot it myself first? I don't know. Well, shit, we're gonna have to see about how to actually get up there. Hi. Okay. Staircase 3 thingies, staircase by a row of hands. Oh, those ones. I guess. Okay. That was maybe a bit of a further fall than it looked. I thought it would be at first glance. Don't look at me like that. Bro, you won't believe how long I can hold down Shift and W. I'm the pro of holding Shift and W. Gotta run back over here, press the switch, run all the way back over there, get the star, run back over here to get the train. It's a lot of Shift and W. Enough that I might kill a man. It was in there. Now it's time to run all the way back. This is why God invented fast travel. That's how you know this game has no God. Well, that was your one joke. Sit in silence for the next 20 minutes now as I run back. We'll get there eventually. I hope you enjoyed your in-flight joke. Accessing the in-flight joke requires a $10.99 in-flight subscription. If you did not pay this subscription, please unhear the joke. I even had to put it up on a cliff. Just to make it take a little bit longer. His wife? Damn, riddle solved. Get fucked, Sphinx. We're almost back. And then, what comes next? Y'all ready to release some stars?
Byron always called me a pessimist, but I don't think it's pessimistic to recognize our flaws, or to think the natural world is just as valuable as we are. If I was pessimistic, I wouldn't believe that we can turn our back on the old ways, or that we can find happiness in humility. But I do. I have hope, even if Byron could never see it that way.
Damn, we're talking about him in the past like he's dead. For all we know, he's just like stuck in a cube. Very bored. We have 12 lasers and 24 stars. But to what end do we do that? Here we go.
My theory accounts for everything. It explains every aspect of the cosmos. There are no gaps, no errors, not even ambiguities. And it works, which is the ultimate proof. I can calculate the history of the universe from the Big Bang to the death of the last atom, but when I compare my calculations to the available data, there's one point which consistently doesn't match up. Billions of light years away in the void, there's an anomaly. It's been there since before the beginning of time, and I think it's waiting for us.
Oh. Okay. There's our hint of what happened to Athena. Said she launched something. Did she go to space? Is she traveling to the anomaly? Is this door open? Not this one. Not yet. I was right! I knew it! It is aliens! Take that, everyone who doubted me, it's freaking aliens! It may be aliens, but it's so far away that it's not going to matter for several billion years, if it ever does. Nevertheless, I knew it would be aliens eventually, and I was right. For a very broad definition of right. Let him have it. I mean, I guess it's at least kind of maybe aliens.